My question is for Constantine. And in creating kind of the difference between Jekyll and Hyde, did you think it was easier to start with kind of the physical life and the differences between the two of them, or kind of the psychological, emotional life between the two of them?
You know, again, for me, I'm probably not a very smart guy, so I
Yeah, right.
I really just try to just score the scene, you know, in my head, and I try to really take like a simple approach, you know, just like, what are my things? I worked with an acting coach, you know, before we started rehearsals, I worked with a guy who's amazing, you know, just really try to play the scene, you know, what does this guy want in the scene, what is he after, and really the whole show for me is about saving my father, you know, and it's a personal thing for me, you know, everything sort of falls into place like that. I think a lot of actors get really caught up in their head with all of this and that, and sure, I've heard about the other versions of the show. I've never seen it before. I know some of the actors who've been involved with it and stuff. But for me, I really wanted to take just a grounded approach, an honest approach, play the scene. You know, who is this guy? What does he want? You know, how is he going to go out there and get it? And it's really, that was just about it. I'm still finding it. We're still early on in the process, and you know, again, just a standing ovation to these guys for, you know, we've only known each other for like, you know, I don't know, like 6 weeks, pretty much, right? 7 weeks, less. You know, everyone's still trying to find things, and we're getting there, and you know, we're excited about like the road ahead, and continuing to have the show grow and the characters grow stronger and be more connected. But for me, it's really just about being, you know, simple and playing the scene, you know, and not trying to create like some, you know, and it might come across that way, I don't know, but I'm trying to fight against all that too. So I want it to be real. I want it to be something that, you know, I think that's what makes it scary, and for Jekyll, I think that's why we sort of are, you know, maybe drawn to him, and we kind of root for him as well, you know, where maybe that wasn't the case in previous, you know, versions of the show and stuff. So, but sure, I think, you know, physicality and things are a big part of it, and the singing is a big part of it. But I try not to focus on like every note being perfect or every, you know, thing being perfect. I just try to play the scene.
Last question. Anybody? Who wants?
I'm in the middle.
Wait, where?
There's a bow tie guy.
What was your favorite scene out of everybody here? What was your favorite scene out of the entire musical?
What about the ensemble guys and the girls? What do you guys? Again.
Yeah, because that's right. The curtain speech. For me, my favorite scene is after Utterson is left and Hyde is left alone in his laboratory. And does it go into confrontation? I can't remember. It's, when he's talking about...
it goes into in and out after that. Yeah.
Which is my favorite scene. Because I just like watching the two of you sing the freaking head.
Yeah. I just think that's such a tender moment, and it's so heartbreaking, you know, that in a way, you know, Dr. Jekyll has this strange kind of admiration for his evil side, you know, and that's kind of what pulls him. Constantine does it so beautifully. Now that I talk about it, you'll be all self-conscious and think, oh, this is the moment Blair loves. But that's my favorite scene, and I'll take it.
My favorite. Right. I like that one. I actually really enjoy seeing murder, the top of Act 2 happen, and just what happens dramatically and visually and musically for the progression of the show, and how in a big production number we can move the piece along, and that's kind of new, particular to this production. So that excites me.
I'm going to let these guys go. Let me just